I'm sure no matter who you are or where you come from, if you've been on the internet, you're familiar with the absolute diva that is Hatsune Miku. Now I'm sure you're wondering, why does Hatsune Miku exist? Simple, Vocaloid was not selling well, so they put a cute anime girl on the box and prayed that it would. Even funnier is that cute anime girl was originally supposed to be Megurine Luca, but her production got delayed, but that's a whole other story. Now, as everyone knows, there are other vocal synthesizers besides Vocaloid. I'm sure you've heard of them, Chevio, Synthesizer V, or maybe even Utao. Those synthesizers all have in common is that they're online, and they use different models of speech synthesis. For example, Vocaloid and Utao are both diphonic concatenative synthesizers, meaning that they take individual particles of speech and stitch them together, in this case diphones. Chevio uses GCM speech processing, and Synthesizer V Studio uses AI tools. However, in this video I'm going to give mascot characters to two physical synthesizers that are pretty well known in the vocal sphere. Those are, of course, the Voder and the IBM 7094. However, before I start, I would like to say that the IBM 7094 was not exclusively a vocal synthesizer, it was a computer first. And there are also several things I've read somewhere that say that it might have been the IBM 709 that sung, but I don't know. And a lot of sources also said it was the IBM 7094, so I'm just going to assume that's what it was. Both of which are pretty well-known synthesizers in the vocal synthesizer sphere, not necessarily the Vocaloid fandom, but those are two different things. And they're both physical synthesizers, so they both generate sound in different ways, which I'll get into while I'm designing. The Voder was presented at the World's Fair in 1939. It is one of the first examples of the source filter model, which comes from the source filter theory. The source filter theory states that sound is produced by a source and then modified by a linear acoustic filter. It seeks to mimic the human body. Our lungs are the source, and articulators like our throat, nasal cavity, larynx, and tongue are the filters. The Voder would play either a buzzing or hissing sound to simulate air coming out of the lungs, which would then be passed through filtering devices for tone and pronunciation. The Voder could not run on its own. Someone needed to operate it. These women, often called Voder girls, needed to have a certain number of skills. The Voder was rather complex and could alter. The Voder was also able to speak French in addition to English and even sing. The Voder was capable of multiple tonal qualities. The Voder had many varied methods of speaking, including variations in pitch and how the quality of the voice sounded. For example, it could have a very high sounding voice or a very low sounding voice. Now, something I tried to keep in mind while I was designing this is that at the World's Fair, they did give the Voder, a bit of a personality, and that he was considered more youthful, but kind of in that teenager state, which is kind of how I tried to design him, although I do feel he looks a little older, maybe. Also, I hate French people, so he's not French, he's probably just Canadian or something, I don't know.
Sing a song for us, will you?
Yes, certainly.
Well, how about Auld Lang Syne?
Auld Lang Syne? Okay. She told the flavors before I never loved mine. She told the flavors before I heard Auld Lang Syne.
The IBM 7094 is considered to be one of the most impressive computers in the mid-1900s. In 1961, it became the first computer to singing the song Daisy Bell by Harry Darce. In addition to being the first robot to sing, it was also helpful in the Gemini and Apollo space missions, arguably what it's more known for, and was used by the US Air Force. It was also an important part of early missile defense systems. It is possible that the IBM 709 or the IBM 704 was the first computer to sing, but I think the IBM 7094 also had voice synthesis technology. I don't know. A lot of things were pretty vague about this while I was reading about it. So please let me know if you could find anything more detailed about that, because that is kind of a blank spot. The IBM 7094 came after the IBM 7090 and had 1.4 to 2.4 times the processing speed. Its basic operating cycle was 2 microseconds, and it was possible for it to process 2 instructions per core storage cycle. Its storage was only 150 kilobytes, which isn't even enough to download Minecraft, but was, according to Paul Ceruzzi, the author of the book A History of Modern Computing, as fast as a personal computer as the late 1980s, end quote. On an unrelated note to the actual computer IBM 7094, I just want to say that I'm really proud of this drawing, and I wound up referencing a bunch of artists, mostly Kudoi, Kuroume, TCB, and just, that's pretty much it. But I really like, because I referenced TCB for the hair and the eyes a little bit, and Kuroume for the skin, and Kudoi for like the eyelashes, and the other artist, I don't know how to say the name for the clothes, but I really liked referencing things, and even if you can't see it the most, I did have.
would be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.